Liam Neeson plays a character who wakes up from a coma after a very serious car accident and things just aren't as they seem.
We'll be reviewing The Unknown on R&B Reviews.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on R&B Reviews. I'm Rob.
And I'm Dave.
And of course we will be reviewing The Unknown's new suspense mystery thriller starring Liam Neeson. And Dave, I think this is one of the best suspense thriller movies I've seen in a long time. You know, Liam Neeson, he plays a man that gets out of a coma and all that, and he is playing a character named Martin Harris, and he's supposed to be a professor at a who's going to a biotechnology conference at a hotel in Berlin. He gets into a serious car accident, goes into a coma, and then when he gets out, there's some very weird, strange things going on. Like, his wife doesn't know who he is when he tries to get into the conference, and she's with another man who claims that he is Martin Harris. So what is going on? Who knows?
Yeah.
This movie is based on a novel, and I really like this movie very much. How about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I walked in there thinking it was just going to be another one of those movies about somebody that loses their identity and has problems getting people to realize who he is and convincing people who he is. But no, this was a lot better than that. I mean, there was more twists and turns, and as people kept coming into the film, it got even better. It was I mean, I wasn't really on the edge of my seat, but it kept my attention. I was excited.
Yeah, well, it kept me on the edge of my seat. And you mentioned the twist. This twist does have some familiar twists, but it does go in directions that I did not even see coming.
Yeah.
You know, and Neeson as Dr. Harris, I thought it was very credible in the part. And what I liked was I liked the use of the camera angles to help us show how he's feeling, instead of saying stuff like, "Man, I'm confused. Wait a minute, I'm remembering something." The film has some very, very good visuals. For example, when he's trying to figure things out, or when his wife doesn't recognize him in the hotel room, the camera kind of tilts, like he's starting to get a little bit off the edge almost. Mm-hmm. Or when the movie goes through sort of like a color adjustment where it's not, clear color, it's like it's adjusting. That happens when his memory is trying to return to him, or he's trying to piece things together. And
right.
the tilts did kind of make me nauseous and out of focus, but it made me feel confused as he's confused. And this movie, I don't know about you, but it reminded me of a lot of Alfred Hitchcock's best films, because a lot of them are set in Europe. We are confused as the main character, and what he is learning, we're learning with him, because we don't know what the heck is going on. We're learning with him. And, of course, there's good humor to break the tension.
Right. Yeah, it basically, like there'll be scenes where he's like flashing back to things and all that, and it gets like blurry. Like that was really good filming. And then he'll basically, like, once he starts remembering everything, but he doesn't quite remember everything.
Yeah, and of course, what I loved about this movie too is the chases in this movie. There's some car chases in here, but thankfully there's no distracting CGI. It looked real. If they used special effects or CGI, I did not notice. It looked so realistic, and a lot of these action movies use CGI, and sometimes it's distracting and annoying, and it takes me out of the picture. Not this one.
I didn't really notice any at all.
Yeah.
Except maybe like once when they did like a scene of like flashback or whatever, but it wasn't like typical CGI.
No.
It looked like real life.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good plus to the movie. And of course, I thought Neeson gets some very good supporting from the actors. For example, Bruno Ganz is the private investigator that he hires to help him help him out. He used to work for the Ministry of the State Security for East Germany during the communist period, and he was really, really good. He's a very good German actor. He's in a lot of movies, and he was really, really good. And there's Frank Langella that shows up in the movie. Janaury Jones as the wife, I thought was all right.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else? And of course, Aidan Quinn, the underrated actor, played the man who claims that he is Martin Harris. Another good acting there.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I definitely give this movie a big see it in theaters verdict. I think sometimes you're like, oh, come on, are you serious? But for the most part, it did keep me on the edge of my seat. You said it didn't for you, but I gotta admit, this is probably one of the best thrillers I've seen in a while. Most of them are predictable and going through the motions. This one is not quite as bad.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen, but then something else like big that I didn't expect happens, and then it's like, yeah, then I'm like, all right, maybe this is maybe it's going to be different, and
Yeah.
then I start to figure it out again, and then something else happens, and then it gets all different again. It's
Yeah.
this was really entertaining.
Yeah, it challenges you. It makes you contradict yourself. And of course, we can't forget Diane Kruger. She plays the driver who was in the taxi when Neeson's character got into the car accident. She's very good too. We gotta mention her. But I say you see this movie in theaters if you haven't seen it yet. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely say see this in theaters.
Okay, good. Good. So we agree. Okay, thank you very much for watching our video on The Unknown. And of course, you guys know what to do. Leave your comments about the video or about the movie if you have seen it. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time on R&B Reviews.